Hey everybody, this is Wraith Gaming coming to you at another test server, finally. Sort of had troubles getting on test server last couple of weeks. Pixonic, I'm going to get right to the chase. I'm going to get right to the point, basically. Mothership, it's my opinion, just my opinion only, still not needed. But what I did test, it took a little too long to charge up that button. I think I was able to use it one time. It took a little too long. Just my opinion. The shields on the Revenant, a little too weak. The weapons Bane and the lighter version of it, way too powerful. Good long clip, just a little bit too powerful. Here's my thought on that. You want to make money in this game, yet at the same time you want everything to be balanced. As things stand right now, you're losing player base because of both. I got to thinking about this whole thing, and I think the reason why you're losing player base is because you're listening to all those who want something overpowering, and yet when they do get it overpowering, everybody's using it, and then you're forced to nerf it. And then they get really angry, and some of them even quit. So here's my thought on that. Don't listen to the player base that like weapons overpowering. Why? Because you're losing player base in the long run. You see, here's the spiral of degradation to your problem as to why you're losing players. I'll take for example this Orochi. It's eventually going to get nerfed, right? Because too many players are using it. While playing this in this test server, I noticed how easy it was to stay in stealth and how hard it was to kill these things, both on live server and test server. My prediction for this robot, you're eventually going to nerf it. And player base are going to be PO'd about it, you know, angry. Some may even quit. So how do you fix this problem? Well, let's start with these new weapons, Bane and the other one, the light version of it. By the way, where's the medium version of these weapons? Don't make a weapon or a robot so overpowering that you're forced to nerf it. Listen to the player base that actually prefer balance over OP. The majority of champion leaguers and even players that are not even champion leaguers yet anymore, those that like things overpowering, you're just going to be forced to nerf it anyway. You want to make money in this game, I get it. But is making overpowering stuff only to force to nerf it and then lose player base because of it worth the money? And worth losing money and player base? If you lose player base, you're going to lose money. Isn't that important to you? It's a lose-lose situation of what you're doing to yourselves with this situation. what I've been learning from my own job is you don't need to put so much into it in order to make things successful in business. If you balance out the weapons and robots while they're in test server, meaning listening to players like myself who want the balance, and by the way, see this Orochi? I had a hard time killing it, so I didn't even fight it. That stealth needs to be nerfed. I'm just saying. Just my opinion. You want to keep the balance, you want to continue making money, right? Well, I'm a balanced player, and I also buy things in this game. I'm not a pay-to-win player, I'm a pay-for-fun player. Players like myself are the ones that are really going to keep your game going in the long run. Why do I say that? Because those overpowering lovers, as you will, are the ones that are forcing you to nerf things, because they're always wanting stuff so overpowering. That's bad for business. Think about it. This whole time you make everything overpowering, and then the majority of players that are in Champions League are using the same weapon, same robot, multiple times in their hangars, and you're forced to nerf stuff. Well, you don't need to, for example, with Bane in its light version, tone the power level down just a little bit. You don't need it that powerful. I noticed it was a little too powerful in this test server. I'm not as good as many of the Champion Leaguers. I won't deny that. And the shield on this new Revenant, it's a little weak. It's still a little too weak, but I'm a balanced player. I'm not a brawler. Yet I'm all for the balance, and I can understand you needing to make money. But you're losing money by making things overpowering. Seriously, you are. You're losing money by losing player base because you're making things overpowering. Every time you are forced to nerf stuff, you lose money. Think about that. You want to keep the player base happy? Make it more balanced at the beginning. Make it more balanced in test server. That's what test server is for. Players like myself, we just want things balanced. You know, I can understand you wanting more money, but doing things overkill, you're just losing player base in the long run. That is bad for business. Seriously, it is. It's extremely bad for business. Eventually, player bases, especially in Champions League, they're gonna quit the game and you're not going to have it anymore. I'm just stating something I've noticed over the last couple of years. And since you hardly ever get the chance to hear anything I say, I mean, I don't mind things being powerful in this game, but not so much to the point where it vaporizes an opponent in seconds. Actually, more like 1 to 3 seconds, you know? You don't need something that powerful. And that's what Bane and the light version are doing. Yeah, instead of repeating myself, I'm sorry about that. But like I said, listening to those who actually love their weapons and robots so overpowering that it vaporizes an opponent in 1 second, that's bad for business. Seriously, it is. My prediction on Orochi is going to, I think it's true. Matter of fact, I believe it's true because this thing, I've been seeing it a lot in this game, in live server, and it's really hard to kill. I predict you're eventually going to nerf it. These setups I was just testing out for my own pleasure with my own account, but I'm not trying to make things bad for your game. I'm trying to improve things so you don't lose player base. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to make player base angry either. I'm just stating what I've been noticing. Sorry. What do I think about the new charging system on the mothership? It takes just a little bit too long to power up. I mean, if you're really going to bring the mothership into the game, which I really hope you don't, I'm still 2 thumbs down on it, but since you're not listening to anybody, that button seems to be in a good location. It just takes a pinch too long to charge up. And I'm not even sure if it's for 1 or 2 times or multiple times in the battles, so I really don't know. I'm not as good as most players because I like playing older robots. I prefer the challenge over overpowering robots, you know. If you see my channel and my videos on old school gameplay, which I'll most likely put in the upper right hand corner of the video, you get to check some of those videos out and see why I like it so much. It's a challenge. Try to survive in the battle, because you know you're going to be targeted by every one of the red players, because they see you in an older robot and they see an easy victory. But yet I've been proving with my Rogata that it's not so easy, because I've been fixing its weaknesses with drones and pilots. Anyway, the new module to the Titan, it's hard to know if I actually got to see it in action, but it seems okay. I mean, like, I like it, you know. Definitely helps with using the Kid, which, by the way, Pixonic, the Kid Titan needs to be buffed. Seriously, it does. I use it in my live server, and it's really hard to use. What would I do if I was to buff it? I would decrease the reload time to using the second weapon, the big weapon on its back. Decrease the reload time. Make it more available. That's what I would do. It would really boost up the kid in a lot of ways. And make it more enjoyable to use. Just decrease the time factor on the reload time. That's all you need to do. But I'm not against you guys at Pixonic trying to make money. I get it. You're a gaming company. Even I get that part. But making things overpowering is bad for business. Seriously, you're just going to be forced to nerf it anyway. And when you nerf things, you lose player base. That's one thing I've noticed and I've seen happen. Over the last couple of years, I've seen player base leave because of that. I even have members of my own clan leave because of that. Nerfing is bad for business, so how do you prevent nerfing? Don't make it overpowering. Anyway, the shield on Revenant needs to be buffed. I still think this robot looks like a long-eared, floppy-eared rabbit. This build you see on this Typhon, I was just testing it out. I have 4 of them. I wanted to see what it was like. They're not really leveled up. They seem to do pretty good, but it looks a little weak. But then the reload time on it seems pretty decent, so it makes up for the power level. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what it's like with a pilot in my robot. Anyway, I've said all I had to say about everything. But when it comes to the business sense of overpowering weapons and robots, I stand by what I say. You're losing business because of overpowering product in the game. You don't need it. You don't need overpowering weapons and robots just to please the player base. They can be just as satisfied if you make it more balanced. Whenever player base say it's too weak, that's a good sign that you're, for example, if you see that it's decently powerful, and yet they say it's still too weak, that's a good sign that if they say it's too weak, then that's a good sign that they want it overpowering. And that's going to cost you business. It's bad for business, actually. Remember the #1 rule you keep putting in this game. Keep the balance. With all this being said, I love the new weapons. I love the clip. It seems long enough. Just a little bit less on the power level though. just a little bit too powerful. I think especially Bane. Then yeah, Bane especially. The clip is beautiful. Anyway, I've said everything I've got to say on this game. Enjoy the rest of the video, everybody. Just think about what I said, Pixonic. Especially about the overpowering product being bad for business. See you in the next video, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, everything I say in this video is just my opinion only. Take it or leave it. Thanks. I see. Due to the fact that I'm an iPad Pro, means that I can't do the 60 frames per second nor high performance quality. I see. Not bad, Big Sonic. This may not be the full performance or 60 frames per second, but I can tell you definitely put a lot of time and effort into improving this Battlefield. Not bad. A lot better. This is officially. See you in the next video. Thanks, everybody.